for handing the stage to me. So, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. So, I hope everyone having a good day for today, since today is Friday and next Monday we have our public holiday. So, without further delay, let us start in today's webinar session, which is cyber threats in the modern workplace, which is we are focusing on protecting our sensitive data from emerging attacks. So, before we start, as Manpreet mentioned, my name is Ameer Najmee and I am from Condition Zebra. So we will go, and also if there's any sort of questions that you want to ask, you can feel free to ask all of your questions inside the chat box. Okay, so now let us go for our agenda for today. So for the first thing that we want to talk about, and I want to share to you about what are the introduction, which is we want to share to you about what are the cyber attack incidents that have been happened recently in Malaysia. And next we will go for our most focus in our topics for today, which is social engineering, which is it is one of the attacks that would likely used by the hackers and also attackers. Next, we will go for the tactics and on how, and also how do we need to stay vigilant, and also how can we prevent on giving all the necessary data informations to the attackers. So right now, we'll start with the reported incidents based on general incident classification statistics in 2025 for February, March, and April. So as everyone can see from this bar chart. So as you can see from here, one of the cyber attacks that is rising up lately, which is a fraud, which is more to scams. So when it comes to scams, we have a lot of scams in nowadays. So we have like investment scams, love scams, parcel scams, job scams, and everything that are related to scams are already have been reported to my cert. So as you can see from here, from starting from February, we have 338, and then it rise up to the next month, which is on March, we have 454. And lastly, on April, which is last month, and for this for this month, we still waiting for the results for the total of the month. And for April, we have 512. So as we all can see from here, it is truly obvious that most of the victims are probably that they are not aware on this such of latest of tactics that have been done by the hackers. And next we have the intrusion attempt. Starting from February, we have 31, 38, and also 29 for April. So for intrusion attempt, it is most likely that the hackers are trying to get into your system or your accounts, anything that are related to credentials, which is your username and also your passwords. And next we have content related, which is one of the data leakage or probably the data breach that have been posted publicly. So in February, we have 71, March 51, and April 33. And lastly would be the intrusion, which is we will be focusing on the hackers already get into your system, that they successfully breach into your system, company, organization. So we have the one that have been reported are 75, March for 39, and also April, which is 36. So as we all can see here, this is all just the one that are reported. What if that there's still case, but it is not reported? So there will be much more than this. So this is for today's session, we will go for on one of the tactics that we want to focus on, which is the social engineering attacks. Now, let's see some articles that are regarding to recent cyber attacks, which is the last year case, which is Prasanna confirmed cybersecurity incidents, which is they already got a ransomware, they affected to a ransomware by a ransom group. Next, recent case, which is on March 2029, which is MAHB, or we call it as Malaysia Airlines Holding Berhad, refuses to pay 10 million ransomware demand. So typically that the cyber attackers or the ransomware groups have successfully get into the MAHB systems, and also they successfully execute the ransomware into their system. Next, we have a jobless woman in Selangor loses over 2 million in crypto scams. So one of the tactics that have been done by the social engineering attackers. They will likely promote their scams into social media, or probably they will spread it by verbally, or they spread it by just handing over some posters just saying that this investment scam is really good. You will return in 20% or some sort of that kind of amount, and the victim will just directly believe on what they say. And yeah, who don't want fast money? So they will just invest to it, and they just promise with some high returns, and yeah, they will just gone and take all of your money until 2 million, like this victim. And retired teacher also lose over 2 million to scammers. So these are the kinds of tactics and kind of attacks that we might want to be always aware, since it involves with our financial, since that is it's more than just individual. What if the scammers or attackers targeting into your organization? So this is most probably that kind of sharing that you want to take note about, since that the weakest link in cybersecurity is you. If you are not aware on kinds of attacks, the latest kind of attacks that have been going through in recently, the hackers on how do they hack, not just by exploiting like typing on the keyboard all the way. They can just use these kind of attacks, which just manipulate you or tricking you into giving all sorts of kind of information, or probably that they can just ask you to do something that you shouldn't do. So always don't believe what you see, and don't easily trust what you hear. Right? And one of the threats that we can assume inside of an organization is an insider. So an insider is the kind of any person that has the authorized sorry, that has the authorized access to or knowledge of an organization resources. So this particular insider are the ones that have the title, which is they are responsible for everything that is running inside the company, such as personal facilities, informations like uh, client informations, vendor information, supply chain information, and many more. And then they also have the equipment information, what types of equipment that you are using, what are the configuration for their network, and also the systems. So for the examples, trusted employee or member with access with the sensitive info, person with ID badge, person that involved in strategy, future plans, and also operations. So basically, insider are the ones that they, how do you say, um, the one that they say have the responsible to handle everything. So this is probably that it is also a victim for an social engineering attack. Then it comes to insider threat. So an insider threat is refers to the risk of an individual with the authorized access that I just mentioned just now, such as the employee, contractor, and also trusted partners. And from insider threat, they also have the threats such as an accidental and with an unintentional and also intentional. So for unintentional, we will focus on negligence threat and also accidental threat. So negligence threat, they know the rules, but they choose to ignore them. So when it comes to here, they know the rules, they know the policies, but they're the one that it's okay. I think you can just do it. So they're the one that giving the access and also the permission. So what if there's an outsider, which is an outsider that the outsider is pretending to be a vendor or maybe a third party company, just want to help something. So they from here, from negligence, they just don't verify who are they, where are they from, is the company is a real name. So they just let them inside a restricted area. And then accidental threat, which is makes honest mistake that cause harm, which is uh, one of the things that I can make it as an example, which is which is the individual that is lack of awareness, as a simple way to explain. So from there, they're the ones that might be caught into a phishing email, malicious URL that have been posted, or probably that advertisement that are laying around online. So they just believe on too good to be true offers, or maybe they're the ones that have been fooled by the advertisements just to disable your antivirus protection or maybe something related to that. And next, we have intentional threat, which insiders who purposely harm to the organization. These are the persons or individuals that most likely are working with another person, which is some sort of, we can say, is the hacker itself. So they are the ones that leaking the sensitive information, just want to sell to the competitor, or maybe they have a grudge with their company. So they're the one, like they want to sabotage everything, sabotage your device equipment just to slow down the production and also slow down the workflow of the company. So all of these things that are related to insider threats. So when it comes to insider threats, what are we preventing they from leaking? What are we preventing the information, which is the information security, which is in CIA triads. So for CIA triads, the C, I, and A. C stands for confidentiality, which ensures that the information is only accessible to the authorized parties. So when it comes to the confidentiality, the base word is confidential. It must be secret. You are the one that have the authorized. So for example, if you have an account, when an account want to verify whether that if it's if the account, the owner of the account, you need to enter your password. So with the password is the one that protected, and also a layer of authentication to make sure that the account is verified, that it is the respective owner. And next, we have integrity, right, which is ensures that the information is always accurate, complete, and also has not been tampered with. So for easy example, which is when we want to do a bank transaction. So from the start until the end, if we want to transfer 10 ringgit to the other individual, so from the start until the end, we will send, and the one that we receive will receive 10 ringgit. So it cannot be edited in the middle way. And last but not least will be availability, which ensures that information and also systems are accessible when usable and also needed exclude from maintenance schedule. So when it comes to availability, so when you want to access to your banking system or maybe banking websites, so availability is one of the key to making sure that users can always access into that particular system or website. So, and also, if you realize that CIA triads is interconnected, is in triangular shape, so it is interconnected. When it comes to interconnected, if one of the CIA is missing uh, is missing, is not available, so probably that there there's a possible that there's a breach is going on, which is that the hackers are trying to attempt or to do an attack just to do their best to make sure that they can extract any source of information. So these are the things that we want to protect in our information security. So right now, let us go for our main topic, which is social engineering. So does anyone have ever heard about what is social engineering? Right. So thank you for the one who replies. So social engineering, to the one who never heard it before. So social engineering is a manipulation technique that exploits human error to gain your private information, access, or valuables. So as an easy way, social engineering is by trying to manipulate your brains, which is your human brains. They will try to exploit that psychology of a human. They study about humans, and how do you say, without without having any hacking skills to hack the system, they can try to hack humans by verbally, or probably that they can also send you a phishing email and creating a fake websites just to make you catch the to make to make the victim catch the attention of the fake website, to make it just like it is totally looks like real, but but actually it is not a legit website, it is a fake website. And from there, social engineering can more to how do you say, can hack human brains by just like I said, manipulate psychology with our feelings, which is ours. They will try to scare us. They will try to make us urgent without even thinking straight. So, and from there, they can just exploit the. They can just exploit the chance on what they have right now. And from social engineering, we can see that they can also make us do something that we should do, such as making a transfer, or probably they're trying to ask us to click this to browse this website and ask us to click or maybe to download something. But uh, the things that we download, we don't know what's the content inside it. So probably that is a backdoor, or probably that the worst case is that is a ransomware that can be executed inside inside your system. And as an assumption, as a summary, we can say that social engineering is not just system. Humans are also hackable with just like they give you some too good to be true offers, or probably they ask you to click this kind of link, you can get any sort of free softwares and stuff. But it comes to free things, there possibly that there are something that we need to pay. What are the amount is, the amount is by selling our data. So for social engineering or attackers and scammers, who are they trying to target? So they are trying to target with the people that is lack of awareness. So the ones that are lack of awareness, such as the recent cyber attacks, or probably incident cyber tactics, hacking tactics, they will try to lure them. Next, employees in organization. So social engineering is really dangerous when it comes to employees, since employees in organization, since the organization has a lot of data, like I mentioned just now, like your company financial data, customers data, client data, all sorts of data is really valuable. And also not just that, social engineering can also make you to download something that you should do, like ransomware. So probably that if an employee accidentally click a ransomware, then possibly that the company itself might need to handle that kind of problem. Next, middle and senior individuals, newly contracted workers, and also famous people and politicians. But most of the time, they will try to target everyone, including me, and also including everyone. So why they are targeting us? Because all of our data, all of like us, we have our IC number that is related to our system inside government, which is really related to our health uh, health medical data, our financial data. We also need to always protect our data, which is from our financial data. And then we have our user accounts, which is our email, our social media accounts and everything. And also we also have our laptops, which is more to uh, the files and folders that we have saved inside our device. Next, the social engineering risks. So what are the risks when we talk about social engineering? So first thing is by identity theft. So from social engineering, like I said just now, they can extract, or probably that they can make you reveal your own information, and from there they probably that they have your full name, they have your phone number, they have your living address, they have your IC number. So from that kind of information, they could just call any customer service provider that is maybe that you have registered, and they uh, try to pretend as you. So that's one of the things that might happen, and that's how does social engineering can take over an account by just taking information and steal your identity. Next is financial fraud. So yes, social engineering risk when it comes to financial fraud. There probably that there's something is going on when it comes to transfer, someone asking you to transfer to this unfamiliar account that you don't even know who is the owner. Next, recruitment for further attacks. Once they have your information, once they have so your credentials and anything, so they will try to plan for further attacks like um, any other phishing emails to your connection or probably in your circles. And lastly will be gaining authorized access. So what are the process for social engineering? So first one, the process will likely reconnaissance, which is the most main part when the main part when it comes to social engineering is by gathering information. So by gathering information, they will try to gather all sorts of information just to make sure that they collect all of the data that is resourceable and valuable just for them to do the further attacks. So one of the tactics that they can do is by doing OSINT, which is open source intelligence. And next is by engagement, which is this is the part that the attackers or hackers are trying to interact with their victim or process by building a connection with the target. They will try to call you, they try to SMS you, and right now we have social media and communication platform like WhatsApp, Telegram, and from there they are trying to engage, communicate with you, building your trust just to make sure that that they want you to make them sorry they want you to believe them that they are really a good person, but they are not. And then once they have gained your trust or probably that they already trick you in doing something that you should do, then they will do for the exploitation. They will try to manipulate victims by posing extracted individuals and creating scenarios. And lastly, once they already exploit, they just get what they want, they can just they will go for the closure, which is the ending part. They will try to burn out all the evidence, they will try to get rid of all sorts of information, all the chats, all the contacts, just to make sure that they are anonymous. And next we have the OSINT tools, which is from the reconnaissance. So how does a hacker or maybe an attacker can get your personal data or probably that all the informations that are related to you? So they can just use a search engine, social media, and also data leakage. So from Google, we also have Google hacking, which is a query that helps the user that use Google just to find a certain information rather than general search. So by using that kind of query, and then Google or maybe the search engine will probably filter out all the things that we don't want to search. We don't want it to appear on. Don't want to appear. And next we have social media. Everyone has a social media, so probably that from that kind of social media, the individuals, the owner of the social media would likely some of them will overshare some information. They share their home or maybe their car plate number, what their location right now. So from there, they can always keep up to date on social media. And next is data leakage, which is data breach that have been posted online. Right. Now we go for types of social engineering attacks. So there are 6 types of social engineering attacks that we want to go through one by one. So for the first tactics, we have dumpster diving, which is a technique that is used to retrieve all sorts of information from disposed items. So for an organization, there are lots of papers or probably that some of the employees just like to write their password inside a sticky note, and if let's say that they don't want to use that particular paper anymore, they just want to change a new paper, so probably that they just grab the paper and just throw into the rubbish without any proper disposal, like they do a scribble on top of the paper, or probably they cut off the paper just to make sure that the password is not being seen. But when it comes to dumpster diving, they can just collect any source of data. So from that dumpster itself, if there's no any proper disposal, then the hackers or probably attackers can get any source of data like financial records, financial informations, personal information like your client's information, and many more. And recently and nowadays, everyone likes to online shopping, likes to do online shopping. Who don't want to do online shopping, since that like Shopee, TikTok Shop, they always have many vouchers just to make sure that you need to buy today, and you will place an order. But when it comes to a parcel that have received, that have been delivered inside into your house, so how do you make sure that your personal information is secure? Because on top of the parcel, they are our personal information like our full name, our address, our email address, and also our phone number. So that's one of the information that we need to protect from like any people, just to know it. Next is voice phishing, which is also what we call as phishing. Attackers using phone calls to deceive victim in the revealing sensitive information. Comes to phishing, it is commonly used by the scammers that is likely call from an unknown number, or probably that they are trying to spoof any number from your contacts. So probably that they will try to pretend as an authorized person, such as police, lawyer, or maybe any other government servants. And from there, they can just try to make sure that you believe them. So once you believe them, they will you will just give all sorts of information that they ask. And one of the phishing attack mechanism is by firstly, they will try to harvest your phone numbers. By harvesting phone numbers, they will try to do research online. So from the online, some of the maybe probably that the organization have information about the employees. So probably that they also include with the personal number that is not a secondary phone number. Then they will try to spoof the caller ID and call the numbers that they have gathered. And from there, from the phishing itself, once you believe, they will ask for your personal information, or maybe your sensitive information that are related to your companies, or maybe your financial banking. So when it comes to phishing, I will show you some of the a video just to show how dangerous of phishing.
Are you going to answer that?
No way. Cybersecurity 101. The only people who call a desk phone in the middle of the day are scammers.
Isn't it kind of your job to answer calls?
Okay, fine. I'll prove it to you. Sid Gupta speaking.
Hello, Mr. Gupta. I'm contacting you on behalf of WOKE, the World Organization for Cybersecurity.
Okay, woke. You were right. It was this guy.
We'd like to present you with a Cyber Vigilance and Security Award.
This sounds important.
And this is to recognize you for your efforts to protect your company's networks from malicious hackers, ransomware, and poor data handling.
Really? See, finally someone's noticing all the work I'm doing around here.
Are you sure that's a real organization?
Yeah, I run a successful online security influencer blog. People call all the time.
Okay.
Mr. Gupta?
Oh, yes, I'm here. And I'm honored.
Fantastic. Well, we just need the spelling of your first and last name for the engraving, a home mailing address where we can send you your plaque, and a credit card number for shipping.
Okay. Why would they ask for shipping?
One moment, please. I just can't give my information to anyone. You understand, right?
Yes,
So
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, great. Okay. Perfect. So it's Sid Gupta, S-I-D Gupta. Yep, 1042 Brixton. Yeah, and the card number is 4222. Yep. No, thank you. Uh-huh. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye. So as I was saying, you don't want to give your information to just anyone who calls.
Yeah.
Middle of the day. I should Google woke.
Dude.
Woke.
So that's one of the incidents or probably one of the situations that could happen in our daily life. So so from the video we can see that the caller or probably the scammer, they have already gathered some information about their victim, and possibly that just now he mentions that um he is posting a blog and on the internet, and probably that the blog itself have his phone has his name and also his contact number. So from that they can just use that kind of information just to make sure just to call him and just do some sort of scenarios just to lure him in giving source of all sorts of information. So that's how dangerous of phishing. And next is shoulder surfing, looking over someone's shoulder at a screen and keyboard without them being noticed. So from someone who always go for uh, someone who always go out with using a public transport, because since that public transport is always packed with people, so you might want to always be aware, since that there are many eyes that are trying that we don't know who is watching at our back or probably from our side. And also in front of us, they can also get to see on our screen, since some of the reflections from the windows and also from the mirrors, they can see what we are doing in front of our screen. And next will be smishing, which is SMS phishing. Attackers spoof to be a five digit number, or probably that they are trying to spoof as a our bank numbers, which is, and they will try to send fake text SMS, and also will attach with a URL, which is once you click, it will lead you to harmful websites or giving any of your personal information. So as you can see from here, what one of the three examples, which is on the left, we can see that one of the things that the content of the SMS itself, they will try to lure you that they want to remind you that you have some reward balance. So to redeem it, just click this link and you need to enter some details. So as you can see from here, https://cmbclicks.bcns.ai.my. So if you do some research about CIMB Clicks URL, this is not the real website. It's truly obvious that it is not from CIMB Clicks. But what if that the victim is not aware that this URL is a fake URL, then it will lead to a fake website that looks like the real one, and from here we can see that they're asking for online payment and can choose for Visa, the type of cards and the name of the card number, expire date, and also the number that is stated at the back of the card. And once you submit all the data that you have keyed in and click pay now, all the data that you have keyed in will be sent to the hacker. And one of the things that we always need to be aware when we browsing to a website is to look at the URL, is to see whether that if there's any suspicious, or is there any typo, are we are at the real website. So from here we can see that the CIMB clicks is using CIMB-CLIICK. So from here we can see that has a misspell and also a typo. So these are the things that we always need to be aware. And next tactic, which is what we call as tailgating, an unauthorized individual, which is one of the new faces are trying to get into a restricted area by the help of an authorized person without they don't even know someone is following them from the back. So from the tailgating, they will try to steal data. Once they have the access into the restricted area, they will try to the attempt is try to steal the data and also valuable access or possibly that he is a hacker and he will try to inject something onto the company's device. They will try to inject viruses or backdoors that the external team will try to get inside the internal network, and then they will try to sabotage the production of the company. Next is phishing, which is trick individuals into revealing information, clicking malicious URL, or downloading a malware. And one of the common tactics that have been done for phishing is by sending email phishing. And from the email phishing itself, as you can see, email can attach a URL and also attach some attachments from that. So from email phishing, we need to always be careful for the contents of the email, and then the URL that have been attached by the unknown senders, and also the attachment that have been that we need to download, since that we didn't expect there will be an email that is really need for us to click the URL or download the attachment. And what are the risks when you affected to an email phishing? Hackers can get into your device, and then they will try to steal your sensitive information, and will, since that they already have your personal information, they will use it for identity theft. Right. So right now, as you can see from the screen, so what are the types of attack that can happen from this particular poster? What are the attacks that could happen? Or maybe how does a hacker can hack into a device, or probably get your personal information from this poster? Install APK, yes, the QR code. The QR code may lead to any malicious URL that you don't know, or maybe you don't want to. So, you just realize that the QR, one of the ways that the QR that a hacker can get inside to your device is by you scanning the QR code. Yes, that is totally correct, and you are really aware on this kind of attacks. So for this demonstration, I would like to invite all of the participants to scan the QR code. So to make it this demonstration is a success, please allow all the informations that have been asked from the QR code. So let's see if someone have allowed the permissions. So no one want to allow the permissions. Yep, it is part of the test, and a disclaimer, it is safe. So because it's just part of demonstration, I won't do anything to your device or injecting any malwares, or I don't want to spy you all the time. So it's just part of this demonstration. And once we are done, then I will ask for you to clear all the tabs that from your browser. Just wanted to show how a hacker can get into your device, or probably that they will try to spy on you. So if you want to feel that experience, please allow the permission. Right, so I got some catch. So I got some hits on here. So what's happening right now is that So let's see some pretty faces. So right now, I have some cash, some pictures that I have already got just now. So the QR code that have been developed for this demonstration is by just now it will ask for your permission to allow the camera and also location if you realize for the location once you click the submit button. So once you enter to the URL, it will ask for your permission to allow the camera, right? So even without you submit the submit, even if you don't click the submit button, then it will continuously capture all your pictures in just each 5 seconds, right? So right now, to all of you that has So to all of you that have scanned the QR code, so I would like to say first is thank you to all of you that have scanned and participate in for this demonstration. So first, the most main thing that I would like you to do is to clear the tab. So everyone who have scanned the QR code, please clear the tab from your browser. So this is how the hackers can obtain all your informations by just trying to make a fake QR code, and the QR code itself will just directly you to a URL that you are not familiar with. And as you can see from here, uh, I get to see all the logs, which is all the informations that have been scanned by your respective devices. So from here, I can see the iOS, what OS version that you are using. So please update your version is 10.5 right now. Okay, so from here and see once you allow the camera permissions, it will try to capture your images each 5 seconds. Okay, so from here we can see. So if you don't clear your tab, so probably that I will catch your image 24/7. So everyone, please clear the tab. Okay. So that's one of the things that would happen if you enter, or probably that you miss out to not allowing any permissions from your smartphones or probably your devices. So these are things that could happen. So QR code, what stands for QR is a quick response, which is the code itself will only can be translated by our machine, which is the QR code has stored the information that will directly lead you to a website or probably doing a transaction. So in Malaysia, QR code is pre-implemented to transfer money. So it is widely used in e-wallet, survey forms, link to websites, and many more. So just now, it is called as phishing attack or QR phishing attack. So QR phishing attack is unsuspecting victim uses a malicious QR code containing false information, which leads you to a malicious URL, or probably the URL itself will ask you to download something, and just now, which is ask for the permission for you need to allow. Okay. So now that's all the tactics that we have discussed just now. So right now, let us go for the best practices on how can we prevent from these kind of social engineering attacks. So for the first one is for dumpster diving. Make sure if you want to dispose some papers, files of your organization data, make sure you use a shredder to securely dispose all sorts of documents, just to protect all the information that are printed out through the paper. And next, and also for your parcels, right, just now. So for parcels, make sure that you try to mask it out with any sort of marker, and any marker that could cover up our information. And lastly, we try to make it more harder for them to read our data. Make sure that you can cut it up, all the names that are related. And next is phishing. Do not disclose any information to the caller without any proper verification. Once you receive an unknown caller, unknown numbers, make sure you do some research about it. Try to search in Google to see whether that it is really a legit number, or probably it's just an random number that tries to call you And once you answer the call, if you really need to answer the call, or if you like to answer an unfamiliar call, make sure you don't speak out first. Let them the one that introduce themselves, who are they, and make them verification. And if let's say you want more verification, make sure you can just ask them more, like what's their ID, where's their office, or maybe who is their boss, just like that. Shoulder surfing, make sure you avoid conducting any sensitive activities in public areas, like entering your passcodes of your smartphones, or maybe don't do any transaction in front of people that has a that's surrounded by people, and don't make any login activities in in a surrounding place. And next is smishing. Do not respond to SMS messages before verifying their authenticity. So for Malaysia, MCMC just banned for any telco providers to send any URLs into the SMS. So if there's any URL that has been sent into our SMS, which is in Malaysia, so probably that is pretty obvious that it is a smishing attempts just for you to click that URL. And next is tailgating. Always stay vigilant for any new faces that appear in your office area. Always ask them to verify themselves. Who they want to meet, and then try them to ask them to contact to the PIC, the person in charge that they want to they want to meet. And lastly will be smishing, is always to stay updated with software and always be cautious of such suspicious emails. Next, when it comes to phishing, email phishing, we also need to always be careful on observing the email contents, because there are many red flags that we want to focus on. Since that from to to determine whether that the phishing email is a phishing email, we might want to consider all the red flags that we might want to see. So starting from the prompt, we will try to make sure that who is the sender, make sure that the sender is we are familiar with, and also we need to also check the domain itself, whether that the domain has any typos, or probably that it is not a domain that is not browsable, that is not have been edited or masked. Make sure that the domain itself is legitimate. And next, for two, probably that from the CC field, they will probably CC with their co-workers, and some of the co-workers, they forgot to spoof their email, and it will lead to their real email, which is the email that have been used for phishing email. And next is to check the date, whether that the date that you receive for the email, either that is on weekend or probably is out of your working hours and working days. So you might want to be careful with that. And next is the subject. Make sure that the subject is what you expected. If the subject is probably that too good to be true, with some sort of offers or probably promotions, and also that ask for the urgency that you need to do it as soon as possible. So make sure that you always take note on the subject, because from the subject itself we can also sense the red flag. Next, we have hyperlinks. Make sure that we hover our mouse on the URL, just to make sure that, because when we hover our mouse on top of the URL, it will lead you to it will show you the full URL that it will lead you to. And next, the attachment. Make sure that you always scan before you open any download attachment, or probably you want to scan it using virus total. Next, the contents. The contents for now is probably not not easy to detect, since we have ChatGPT right now, and it is one of the since ChatGPT can write an email like a perfect email, just to make sure that there's no grammar mistakes or misspellings. So since that I already showed to you on how can we detect the red flags inside an email. So now just a quick activity. So let us get through with this email, just to show just for you to determine whether that it is a safe email or it is not a safe email. So So who says that this email is a safe email? It is okay to click to the link. It's okay to change the password with that link. So who says it is not a safe email? It is a phishing email. All right, thank you for answering. So it is not a safe email and it is a phishing email. So from here for Microsoft account, as you can see from here, they are trying to pretend that they are from Microsoft account team. So Microsoft account team, but when it comes to the domain itself, which is login.org.my. So for Microsoft account protection, which is the password that have been expired, the domain that we send to you is accountprotectionmicrosoft.com. Next, the title itself, the subject is Microsoft account password expired. So this is one of the page that want to catch your attention, since that your Microsoft account password expired, and also when you read the email, it also mentions that you will be unable to access your profile and email uh, an email after your current session expired. So these are the things that we might be worried about, since that we cannot access to our profile. So we need to do our accept. So without thinking any further, we just click to this particular change password button and go straight away to change our password in that URL, which is we think we didn't check. We just believe it from our eyes. Okay, so other than that is to not click any suspicious link that you have received or you are see that you see from online. So make sure that you always verify and make sure you do some research whether that this link is this URL or maybe this website is real or not real. Make sure that you are not being the next victim of scammers. And next, you can also browse to Virus Total, which is a tool that will try to analyze whether that the URL or maybe a file, or maybe you can search whether that the IP is possibly it is dangerous or not. So from here, VirusTotal, we can upload a file just to make sure that VirusTotal will try to help us try to scan whether that the file that we upload is safe or not safe. Right. So next, we do have the statement from MCMC that they are not allowing any telco provider to attach any links to our smartphones, which is our SMS. Next, phishing. You might want to go for Who's Call or probably Truecaller. So Who's Call is one of the application that have been recommended by our PDRM, our police department. By our police, since it has partnerships with other authorities from around the world, which is focusing on Asian world, focusing on Asian. So from here, they have a lot. They have a database that have registered all sorts of numbers that is probably that are trying to do scam attempts. And next, how to protect ourselves from QR codes is to always check, avoid, report, and inspect. So check is the first thing first is to always check the destination link. So just now when you want to scan the URL, then it will pop up the URL that we want to go. So from there, we might want to examine first just to do some research, make sure you can try to copy the URL and go for virus total just to make sure that the URL is safe. Next is to avoid entering sensitive information. Just don't blindly trust on what you scan. Make sure that you don't simply put any sensitive information from that particular website. And next is to report suspicious QR codes and inspect before you scan the codes. But what if you accidentally click or download it or launch any ransomware, any malware that you have downloaded from the fake websites? So first thing first is to always report the case to the related departments, such as your IT department, incident response team, managers, authorities. Next, we can also report it to National Scam Response Center, which is call 997, is especially on handling cases such as motor scams, online financial scams, phishing scams, malware attack scams. And if you have any cyber incidents case that have been happened recently, you can call cyber 999. So this is the hotline. Next, for us to protect ourselves from social engineering. So from social engineering is by security awareness training that would likely focusing on what are the latest trends, or probably the scammers that are trying to hack, that try to trick you. These are things that we want to focus about, such as our session today. Next, we have simulating any social engineering attempts, which is simulating exercises that mimic real-world scenarios. We will try to do some phishing email simulation to your company, just to make sure that all of your employees inside your organization or company is aware whether that this is a phishing email or not. So since that phishing email is really dangerous, that would lead to you downloading a malware, or probably the worst case is ransomware. And last but not least is to update yourself with the latest scam. And for our country, we have a hashtag, which is hashtag jangan kena scam. And from there, we can just go through all the awareness, and also awareness that have been published by several accounts. So that's all for social engineering. So let's go through for Q&A session. So does anyone have any questions regarding to social engineering or any related with cybersecurity? So if there are no questions, so I will pass back to Manpreet. So Manpreet, give the stage to you.
Okay, thank you, Ameer. All right, thanks everyone for staying until the end. So as a special offer, we are giving a free access to free email phishing test. So this is a phishing simulation we conduct for companies to assess how employees respond to phishing attempts. So after the test, you will receive a detailed report showing the percentage of users who click the phishing link along with insight into the overall performance. To claim the offer, you can scan the QR code on the screen. I will leave it up for a moment so you have some time. There's a question from Pua Yong Sim. Ahmed, do you want to answer these questions?
I will reply inside the chat box. I will give you the links.
Uh, Okay, there's two websites mentioned by Ameer. So as you can see from the screen. So Ameer, let's go to the next slide. All right. Okay. Before we wrap up, for those who are may not familiar with Cognizant Zebra, let me quickly introduce the solutions we provide. So at Cognizant Zebra, we offer a wide range of cybersecurity services designed to help organizations reduce risk, stay secure, and respond effectively to threats. So as you can see, we are offering cyber risk management. So this is consider our main services. So it covers like penetration testing, source code review, compromise assessment, and system hardening. And also we have the managed security services where we manage 24 by 7. We provide monitoring and threat response for your endpoints, email, network, and cloud environment, helping you detect and respond to threats in real time. And we also have IT security training, physical classes. We have network security and penetration testing, web and digital forensic. And also we have online classes, 2 online classes like this cover network and web. And also cybersecurity awareness training for all staff. We like you mentioned, Ameer also is one of the speaker for our security awareness talk. So we do for companies for all level of staff. And also we have information security awareness program. Is a long-term program, 12 months program that covers training and email phishing simulation. So if you want to contact us, you can visit our website. I posted here. You can WhatsApp us. You can reach out to us via WhatsApp, email, or phone if you are interested in our services. All right. Okay. Thank you everyone for attending. So I think we end the session today. Okay. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining everyone. So see you in the next webinar next month. We have another 2 webinars next month. So we'll send you emails. Okay, thank you.